him and said that was for the spring game.
Yeah.
Did that drop kind of stick with you over the last?
Oh, I don't forget any drops, bro. Like people always want to talk about drops, but like I don't forget any drops. And you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really get into social media and all that stuff and but I see what people say about me all the time over the past 365 days. Like I was 17 at the time when all that started. Just turned 18, so you know you can't ignore it. Like people on Twitter, people on Instagram under my posts, all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't forget none of that stuff, man. I remember it all, and you can either use it, be a hateful person, and let it bring you down and affect you, or you could learn to be a positive person and just go harder every day. Like every time I see some negative stuff said about me, I just go back to my brothers in the facility and tell them like, you see what they saying about me, you see what they saying about us. Like let's go prove them wrong today at practice. Like let's go prove them wrong today in meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not a mentality I feel like I always had here at OU, but I got it now. That's what's important. So just keep rolling for real.
Can you take us through that touchdown grab and kind of going up and getting it and bobbling it, bringing it down?
Oh, really? It was just go up and make a play. Like it ain't too much. Like I feel like a lot of the time, like especially last year, like I was really just I was kind of scared to like go up there and do what I do. Like I'm a big play guy, and that's what opens up everything else for me. I feel like in my game, like everybody who guard me gonna have to be scared of the big play, and that's how I'm gonna eat on the little play. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna get my little game, big play. So really, it was just it was an option route. He was bailing, cover 3. He was looking like I'm pretty sure it was a blitz. Some kind of hot. That's what we had studied this week. If the corner is pressed and then bailed, then most of the time it was interior backer shooting, like a 3 hot coverage, something like that. So once I realized that, I'm like, I got to go quick. I got to allow Jackson to be able to make a quick decision. So I'm like, I'm just gonna take the fade. I don't think he can jump with me. Like I don't think he can stop me from getting the ball. And he actually did make a good play on the ball. He really hit it. Like he really got his hand in there and hit it. But at that point, like I was already running high because I had already made a big play. So at that point, I was like, it wasn't nothing to stop me from getting in that end zone today. You know what I'm saying?
How proud are you of just that entire room, wide receiver room?
Receiver room?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm extremely proud. I'm so glad you asked me about that because another thing that I seen all on social media is what are the receivers gonna do? What are the receivers gonna do? What are the receivers gonna do? Receivers had a great day.
Yeah.
Nick Anderson, I'm pretty sure he led in receiving. And Drell, first drive of the game, big play. Myself, big play. Gavin Freeman, he speaks for himself. You know what I'm saying? LV has some good catches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it was really spread out, and I feel like a lot of the time, based off what people seen from us last year, they didn't think that we'll be able to have a fruitful offense that has 6, 7 receivers, but we can because we got the talent and we got the coaches and we got the game plan. So this is only a taste. Like this is the beginning. Like the receivers, we always knew we could do this, but sometimes I don't even know who else. I don't know if anyone else thought we could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like we could really everybody could eat. Like I was talking to the ones we call ourselves on the left side, the one receivers. Like I was talking to me, Andrell, LV. I'm like, bro, I don't think it's nobody that can cover all 3 of us in one game. Like it's not one corner who's gonna be able to cover all 3 of us. Like one of us is gonna get off every game. You know what I'm saying? For the one receivers, I feel like today, me and Andrell had a really good day. Next week, it probably might be LV and Andrell, or it might just be LV, or it might be just me, or it might, you know what I'm saying? But the good thing about it is we can keep on going. Like it's never gonna stop as long as we just keep that positive mentality and that hard-working mentality.
What did you think of Gavin's punt return?
I ain't gonna lie, so I'm on punt block or punt return, so I didn't see any of it. I was blocking the whole play. All I heard was like the whole crowd like erupted, like I'm blocking the dude, and I'm like, okay, play probably about over, and I just hear, yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, he probably on the right of me. He probably outside, finna run down the sideline. So I threw, bro, and I tried to get another block. It was I think it must have been like some kind of D-line. It was a bigger guy coming from the left. I tried to chip off on him, and really it's just G Freaky being G Freaky, man. Like him just doing his thing. Like we are a really good team when we make sure that we have plays that get him the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if there's one guy on the team who we need to make sure like a lot of the time I feel like my plays are kind of just happens throughout the flow of the game. Like, it's just me being big, going to make a play. But for G Freak, it's like, okay, we're going to put in some crazy plays for him so he can really show how crazy of an athlete, how crazy of a player he is. And on top of that, special teams game, a no-brainer. Like, we give him 2 blocks. He don't need 9. Like, if it's 10 people on the special teams outside of him, right, he only need, like, 2 of the block. Like, everybody else can really stand there. But this year in this team, all 10 blocking. So it's going to be easy for him. As long as we out there giving it our all, he going to have plenty of opportunities in the special teams game and on offense to show what he can do because he's an amazing player, bro. Amazing player.
Do those big plays that you made help build your confidence in yourself?
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for me, like I've always felt like once you just get your foot in the door, like that was my message last year. Like, I feel like last year when I was playing, it just wasn't like the timing. I just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was never a moment where I'm like, okay, this is my moment. Like, I'm here. You know. But this year, it's like coaches instilled that belief in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like I was just like not being cocky or, you know what I'm saying, being full of myself, but like, I knew I was gonna play today. Like last year I didn't know I was gonna play as a freshman. Like, I'm sitting on the sideline hoping I get in. Today I was able to come into the game and prepare because I knew, like, I know I'm about to get in the game. I know I'm gonna have an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And from here on out, it's just like keeping that going, and they ain't never gonna stop. Because I feel like like I previously said in interviews before, like when they came to practice the other day, like I feel like I really just lost all that last year, like confidence, everything. Like I didn't know if I wanted to play ball. Like, it was everything. I went through everything, school, class, all that, man. Because I'd never been without football before. Like, I'd never been without football. And, you know, that's a trial that every athlete has to go through, every young athlete. But I feel like it was kind of different for me just because football is all I did, like, every day, all the time. Like, even the younger players who, let's say you love football, but you got, like, I ain't had no other hobbies. Like, when I sit at home at the crib, I watch film, like, or play Madden or think about football. Like, I'll really just sit on the couch and just envision myself catching a touchdown for Oklahoma, which I just did today. So, you know what I'm saying? Just got to keep going.
Was there like a light bulb moment, like when your mentality changed? You speak to kind of the struggles you had last year. Was there a moment where you just realized this is different, this year's different?
No, I ain't gonna lie. So, Coach Brown, we were in a meeting. That's crazy you asked that because it really was the other day where I realized, like, man, it's really finna change. Like, it's really finna be different. Because the other day, Coach Jones was in the meeting room. We were just talking about, like, snaps and how the rotations was gonna work. He was like, everyone probably should expect to get 20, 30 plays. And some players were looking like 20, 30 plays. Me, in my head, I'm like, if I get 20 plays, I'll be jumping for joy. Like, 20 plays? Like, I probably played 5 plays at most on offense last year per game on the games that I did get to play. So I was thinking, if I get 20 plays, I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to be on something. I'm going to be on somebody's highlight tape. 20 plays, I got to make something shake, you know? So I feel like that moment the other day in the meeting really hit me. Like, the coaches really believed in me. And like, they showed us the depth chart. And really, we didn't really get to see it today, but, like, they had me, I can go either way, both sides, you know? And I don't know, I just felt that really helped build my confidence. I was like, okay, the coaches really believe in me. Like, they said I can go play the 1, I can go to the right side, play the 4. They got me scripted in on the speed series, you know what I'm saying? They got me on the hippo personnel as a guy who comes in, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that little stuff I feel like that people overlook, even sometimes coaches overlook, like, don't understand how important that stuff is to a player. Like, just that little, like, obviously it's college, so you can't just be praising players like high school coaches can, like, just overly boosting their confidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got to keep you humble and they got to coach you hard, but I feel like a lot of the time some college coaches don't realize that little stuff, man, that little belief, like, especially for someone like me, like, my mom always tells me, like, obviously I'm a man of God, man of Christ, and my mom always tells me that I was born with discernment the same way she is, and, like, for someone who's, like, you can't ignore it when you feel like just something's off, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You also can't ignore it when you feel like that little stuff is right. Like, when those little things make you feel good, that's just like a +5, +10 on your confidence, on your everything. And that goes for the whole team morale. Like, when the coaches are like, when you got this player and this player that's all across the board, that's not even starting, but they feeling confident, and they're the twos coming in, and they feeling just as confident as the starters. Like, that's the type of team I feel like we have this year, and that's a tribute to Coach Venables and the great coach that he is and the great staff that we got, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just grateful to be here and grateful to continue to play for them after everything that I went through, and grateful that they ain't never give up on me and they gave me the opportunity to come out here and ball, and I'm looking forward to doing it every game this season.
When Andrew starts with that big play, then Gavin does what he does on punt return. Is that almost like infectious as far as confidence for the entire wide receiver room?
Yes, for sure. Like, I didn't even have to score or touch the ball. Once Andrell caught that post on pressure, I'm like, oh, we finna go crazy. Like, I'm out there like, yeah, I feel like I just caught the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my guy, and, you know, watching him, like, get better throughout, like, running our offense coming from Michigan, which is really a way different scheme than what we got, and then a way different program. Like, take football away from it, it's a totally different program than I feel like what we're doing here at Oklahoma. And just watching him, like, grow into his position and maybe change his play style a little bit. Like, we're a play with speed team at receiver. We're not like a, you know what I'm saying? Coach Levy's one of the biggest things he always coaches up is play with speed, don't get touched. Like, never slow down. Like, be as fast as you can. And every school doesn't do that, so just glad that Andrell was able to, you know what I'm saying, overcome that. And he's actually, you know what I'm saying, he's incredibly fast, as you can see. Like, he only had, I think, 60 or 70 yards, but he probably had 150 yards if you take in all the times he got pass interference today. It was like 2 or 3 times he was wide open for touchdowns, and dude just tackles him, you know what I'm saying?
Should he have caught that one where he's still back on the ground?
No, I don't think he should have caught that one. He was already on the ground. I think it was really just, that just shows how accurate of a quarterback DG is, because the ball hit him smack in the stomach when he got tackled. I'm like, man, that's a throw for real. I think it was a little bit late, but other than that, like, yeah, man, I'm really happy. I'm proud of Andrell, you know what I'm saying? Proud of him for doing what he's doing. And as a guy, he older than me, like, So I kind of, I try to take things from his game because I'm still as far as the one receivers go, I'm still the youngest. Like, LV's older than me and Andrell's older than me, so like I'm still the youngest. So I try to take stuff from their game all the time, and they support me and I support them, and I feel like that's the difference between this year and last year. Like as far as the receiver room, like we like this, man. Like everybody, like I want to see everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? There's no animosity, there's no nothing, and I feel like that theme can be found in every position room and on the whole team. Once again, that's a tribute to Coach Venables and how he coaches us and how he just teaches us how to be men.
Have you thought about starting a podcast? You're a heck of a talker.
I like podcasts, but I don't know. I think I don't like to be on the camera that much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Jayden.
Appreciate it, man.